metrocable.tv. Today's meeting will be repeated Saturday, August 30 at 9 a.m. and Wednesday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. The meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Of the audience to address the board should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard. Please also note that participation in this teleconference via telephone rather than the Zoom app may result in your telephone number being visible to the public during the live broadcast and later telecasts of this meeting.
Thank you very much. And at this time, I'd like to invite everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I remember the very first meeting we did, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, but it seems the tradition to continue, which is good. At this time, we have public comment for matters not on the agenda. I'm going to ask participants, if you do have a public comment, there is, if you go down to participants and click on that, you can actually, at the bottom right corner, raise your hand and let me know if you'd like to speak, or if you do not, I guess maybe speak out and we'll try to recognize you if you're on the phone. I do not see any hands raised. Heather, do you? Okay, at this time, we'll move on from public comment to our presentations. Item number 3, presentations. And at this time, the Friends of the Public Library, Karen Wilson, President, will be presenting. Is Karen here?
There we go. Good afternoon, Chair Frosted. Thanks for the opportunity to talk with you today. I'd like to shout out to any Friends members who are joining us today. I see Ellen McCaffrey on the Friends board is on. I decided that maybe if all were in person, you would see us sitting together. So from now on, I'll just ask them to wait so you'll know we're here. I'd also like to give a little shout out to Eleanor Anglin, who's the new president of the Friends of the Rio Linda Library. And when I asked Eleanor to consider running for president, she said, well, I'm 21 years old and I just don't know how I can hold a Zoom meeting last week. I heard and it went great. And so thank you to Eleanor, who's doing a great job in Rio Linda. I want to say the Friends are very happy to have Curbside Delivery back at all of our libraries, almost all. After a brief hiatus for the smoke, you just can't keep a good library down. So we wanted to just congratulate them and thank you for that. And the Friends are participating, I wanted you to know, with the Sacramento Public Library and the Renaissance in a part webinar series entitled Enlightened Aging Academy. That'll be Wednesdays at noon. It's a 7-part series and it starts on September 10th. And it's for anybody who's thinking about getting old someday and people who are caregivers for people who may need some help. We think it's going to be very informational for a lot. So you can register for that by clicking on our website. And the Book Den Warehouse is doing really well with appointments. The next appointment dates are September 12th and the 26th. And those are 2-hour windows that you can sign up for and come in and shop in the warehouse. And also in our store by appointment. And you can also still drop off donations on Wednesdays and Saturdays by appointment from 9 to noon. And we ask that people give us 2 days notice so we can round up volunteers for those very large boxes of books that people still want to bring in. And just a note, you can see our website at saclibefriends.org for contact information on everything I just said. And thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I want you to know that almost by the minute that you closed down Curbside, I started getting emails at my office. I can't believe how many people rely on the library, and when they don't get library, it's tough. I call Rivka, is there any way we can do something?
Anything. Yes.
You got it back open, so that was good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you guys do. Okay, at this time, and before we move on, I just mentioned the Friends of the Library have made a huge impact. Even for me, when I was running for county supervisor, it was one of the Friends of the Library that approached me and said, "If I vote for you, will you support the library?" And I think. And her name was Jane Weiss, and Jane has been a friend of the library for many, many years. She passed away in the last couple of weeks, and we'll be closing in memoriam to honor her at the end of our meeting, along with Robbie Waters, who is another friend to Sacramento. But I just wanted to acknowledge that some of the friends have been around forever. They've been around for many, many years supporting the library, and we all really appreciate it, Karen. So I hope you let that go. Okay, next item, please.
Next item is closed session.
So at this time,
Item number 4.
Okay, at this time, I believe our technical wizards are going to take the board into another room, and we will hold our closed session, and then we will be back momentarily after our discussion there. Report out from our closed session and read the next item, number 5.
For the record, I want to read number 4 for closed session with conflict existing litigation, Government Code 54956.9 versus Sacramento Public Library Authority. Is that wrong?
We just need to.
That's wrong.
We need to flip that.
Library
Versus the-
Authority.
Versus the Sacramento Public Library Foundation.
Thank you.
2, Public Employee Performance Evaluation. Title, Library Director.
Thank you, Heather. And there was no report out, so next item, please.
Next item is item number 5, Director's Report.
Thank you. And I will refer the board to my written report, but I do want to call out a couple of things. One is that have you got video queued up yet? All right. That's not me, is it? No.
Me, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
All my stuff is connected.
We have a partnership with ABC 10 and the Fortune School, and we're pretty excited about it. It's called Everyday Learning, and our superstar early learning specialist, amazing librarian, brilliant woman, Donna Zick. We want to share a video with you of what this looks like. There will be content about what the library can do for kids and families every month. And we're really grateful for this opportunity to highlight some of our stories. So Jared's bringing up a video, and we're going to see if this works.
Itsy bitsy spider climbs up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Donna Zick is an educational specialist with the Sacramento Public Library. And she says that if you want to help your child learn how to read, just start singing.
The example I always use is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. If you're saying it, you're like, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's really fast. But when you sing it, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You hear those T sounds, you hear those K sounds, right? And so it starts to train kids' ears. to hear the individual letter sounds and words, and so that helps them sound it out.
It also helps with your child's vocabulary.
When we talk in everyday language, it's a pretty small pool of words that we use. But when you read or when you sing, it grows your language and expands what kids are exposed to.
Okay, I'm sold. So what's the best way to get started?
The best way to get started is to sing together. And that means you don't have to sing nursery rhymes. You don't have to sing educational songs. Just sing things that you enjoy. Songs that matter to you, songs that you enjoy in your family.
And just remember, you don't have to sound like Mariah Carey.
Thank you. I just really had to share that because we're so proud of that expertise that we're able to share with the community, and that we have amazing staff like Donna and every single youth services librarian and our K-12 specialist. And if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry, but we have incredible people who can help our community. The other thing I wanted to turn to the board about, and Director Jennings and Director Kennedy may have something to say, is that we lost an icon a few weeks ago.
And I think, Rivka, Director Kennedy was going to do a close in memoriam at the...
Okay, and I'm sure Director Jennings might want to also add to that, since he now represents Robbie Waters' seat in the city council. So I wanted to mention that because I neglected to reach out to you, and I'm sorry. The only other thing I want to say is, as some of you learned when we closed due to the smoke, people miss us. They really, really, really are appreciating curbside service, and they appreciate all the work we're doing to try to get books into the hands of families and kids. And we've worked on some additional safety protocols that we think will help protect people even in fire season, because we are all experiencing a new normal, and we have to figure out how we're going to deal with that. So that's pretty much it for my director's report, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Rivka. Do any board members have any questions or comments? Okay, with that, we will move on. Thank you very much, Rivka. We'll move on to the next item, please.
The items number 6, information.
Do we have any questions or comments regarding information item from our board? Great, thank you. Next item, please.
Item number 7, consent.
Okay, consent items. There are several consent items. Do we have any members who wish to pull any of the consent items, or do we have a motion to approve consent?
I'll move to approve consent.
Thank you, Director Carr. Second by Director Carr. And if the clerk will please call the roll call vote.
Sean Farmer,
Yes.
Larry Carr,
Aye.
Sue Frost,
Yes.
Garrett Gatewood, Eric Guerra. Is Eric Guerra still here? Rick Jennings.
Aye.
Patrick Kennedy. Stephanie Nguyen.
Yes.
Don Natoli.
Aye.
Aaron Soon.
Aye.
Saul Hernandez.
Aye.
That will be unanimous.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. And our next item is item number 8, reports and questions from board members. Do any board members have any ideas or questions, comments before we move on to our adjournment in memory of some important people in the community? Okay. At this time, I believe Supervisor Kennedy wanted to say a couple words.
Thank you, Chair. And Rick, feel free to jump in at any time. Yeah, we did lose a character and someone who to many was larger than life. Certainly to him, he was larger than life. Robbie, he was a great Sacramentan, decades in law enforcement, including the police department, and term as a county sheriff, and then of course his years on the city council. But what I think it's appropriate to mention this today. We did a closing adjournment in his memory on the board already, but it's appropriate because the library that is literally right down the street from my house, that carries his name, is really a jewel of a library. And the physical features of that library would not be what they are if it wasn't for Robbie just keeping his nose to the grindstone and pushing and pushing and pushing for many years to get it to be a real jewel in our system. And I'm going to miss reading on Dr. Seuss Day at that library with Robbie every year. And so we really, those of us in the Pocket Greenhaven, really owe him a great deal for what we have here now. So, thank you.
Let me add to that, if I may. Robbie was the greatest thing that Robbie told me that he did in all his years of public service was to have that library put in the Greenhaven Pocket area. And he was so honored to have it named after him. And he loved it. The Dr. Seuss days, I don't care how much Supervisor Kennedy and I were there and how much we tried to do. Robbie always showed up and showed out and showed us up. The kids loved him, and he knew how to make sure that they enjoyed their time there at the library. Robbie was a friend to many. He was a guy that was committed to making Sacramento a better place. And I am hopeful that as long as we are in Sacramento, we'll continue to honor him with the library that we have after his name. And I just want to also just extend a little love to his family and all those who have lost someone who means so much to them, to let them know that we, all Sacramentans, love them and are here to do whatever they need done to help them along the way to get through this loss. And so with that, I say, Robbie, great job. We hope to follow in your footsteps. We hope to achieve greatness as you have done.
Thank you. That was beautiful. May he rest in peace. And I'm also closing in memoriam to Jane Weiss, who was a member of the Friends of the Library from Orangevale. Jane was born in 1941 and passed away a couple weeks ago. She was a longtime resident of Sacramento County. She married her husband, William Weiss, in August 1971, and they eventually settled in Fair Oaks. Jane was a passionate educator at Del Campo High School, where she worked as an English teacher, a counselor in student government, and eventually becoming a vice principal. She became a principal of Casa Robles High School and was also a junior-senior grade liaison within the San Juan Unified School District. Jane's dedication to education and community service continued during her 24 years as a member of Rotary. She served as president-elect, vice president, president, past president, club secretary, and international chair. Her leadership with the Rotary Club powered the funding of construction of a softball field at Casa Robles High School, an amphitheater at Rovers Elementary, and cross-country track at Louis Pasteur Middle School. As many of us know, Jane worked tirelessly for creating a bigger and better library in Orangevale. She was a member of a group known as Friends of the Library, which started in 2002, and she helped to fundraise, helped with many fundraisers that benefited the library. Every December, she participated in the annual Barnes & Noble Book Fair, which was a portion of the book sales benefited to the library. She also organized the annual Bodacious book sale that ran for 3 days, and all the proceeds went to the Orangevale Library. But Jane's biggest focus and goal for the community of Orangevale was to have a new library. In 2001, the library moved into a 7th rented facility in its history. And for many years, Jane helped push and make plans to build a permanent library. And for many years of studies and design plans, the dream of a freestanding library just didn't seem like it would come to fruition. The cost was too high, but Jane never gave up. She was optimistic, though being told that the community may need to adjust their expectations when I came on board. And I want to say that one of the first things Jane asked me when I was running for supervisor was, will you support us in getting a better library in Orangevale? And I have to say, in looking back in history, there were 4 other supervisors that supported that effort and made huge efforts to try to get a library, but it never quite happened. In May 2019, Jane was happy to learn that the Board of Supervisors approved the library expansion and the location. And I remember around that time, Jane saying, I'll probably die before we get a library, but she was so excited when we finally got the approval to expand our existing library. It wasn't what everyone had originally thought it would be, but sometimes when you can't get what you want, you're really excited about what you can get, and they're super excited. And Jane was too. It saddens me that Jane won't get the opportunity to see the reopening of the enlarged library, but I know she'll be there with us. And Jane and her husband, Bill, loved spending their time, their children, Mark, Bill, and Cheryl, and their grandchildren, Sean and Neil. After retirement, Jane and Bill also spent lots of time traveling the country and the world, and she was a practitioner of culinary arts and a wine enthusiast and an avid reader. So we will remember Jane as someone who possessed great leadership skills, was a visionary, and someone who had a warm heart, great sense of humor, and I know our entire community will miss her. This is a picture of Jane Weiss. She was a part of us, and may you rest in peace, Jane. And so if there are no other, I don't believe we had any members who had any comments or questions. So with that, we will adjourn this meeting in memory of Robbie Waters and Jane Weiss. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.